I think we want to move on to the next topic on kind of like takeaway culture in Singapore, as this is the
Yeah, it's
Dabao
huge.
show.
It-
This is the Dabao, how punny, eh? Takeaway culture, I think a lot of us are guilty for that. I think even more so these days where takeaway is becoming so common or like even accessible. We're not going to go in too much about it, but it's just more about like, what are your thoughts about takeaway?
Okay, firstly, we have to explore why is there a boom, especially in the last few years. So obviously, we had COVID, which forced
Yeah.
us to do a lot of takeaway. That's
I think
one
the
thing.
introduction of Grab, Food Panda,
Yeah.
all the delivery services and whatnot.
Yeah, so I think these are the two main factors why takeaway has become so big. It's so accessible right now.
I think to a certain extent, all our lifestyles and things kind of change. We want it quicker. You know, when you're ordering a delivery, you can do other things while you're waiting for it.
Yeah.
The accessibility is great. But it's just, you know, sometimes it feels kind of lackluster to not have home cooked food.
Yeah.
I can say it because
Did you grow up with home cooked food?
yeah, I grew up with home cooked food.
Okay.
I mean, granted that I can cook for myself, but
Yeah.
you know, sometimes it's like it hits you a bit harder with home cooked food.
Mm-hmm.
I think on this topic, I wanted to go down the line of like how many people actually really cook for themselves, and you know, like, is it? I know there's this huge debate on like, because our food's relatively cheaper,
Yeah.
so to cook at home is, well, definitely I would dare say to cook at home is cheaper. Even cheaper than taking away because we have to pay like delivery and all that. But it's not too far margin. I realize these days also.
I think delivery pushes the margin a bit higher, but if you're going down just to buy from a coffee shop, then
Yeah, but I guess like cooking at home, you have to plan, you have to clean up, you have to
Yeah.
actually cook. It's fine for me, but like I think there are a lot of people out there who probably wouldn't want to deal with, especially the cleaning up. That's why taking away it's easy. Just
and if you don't live alone, you have to deal with an Asian mom.
yeah. So what are your thoughts on that? Like versus a takeaway. I know we're not perfect people, but we do our takeaways as well.
This is how I would like to live. The only reason why I can't live this way is because I don't have my own place. But I'm the guy who, when I was studying overseas, I would stock up on sauces that I've cooked for myself,
Yeah.
and then it's essentially meal prep for the week.
But how many friends out there, you know, who have their own house actually meal prep?
Not a lot, because I don't think.
Whether there's
Okay,
the time as well.
because at the same time, meal prepping, if you want it to be good food, it takes a lot of planning. It does take a bit of experience as well, because you need to know what lasts, how you want to store it and things like that. Or because for us, like, we do a lot of mise en place, so we know how to make things super convenient.
Mise en place means prep to you guys. Just in case. Don't throw out those terms without people.
I'm sorry, guys. So, like, for example, if someone who doesn't know how to do their own mise en place, right, or their prep, right, they will not think of pre-cooking pasta and keeping it in the fridge. Yeah, they will probably think, okay, maybe I can bottle my sauce, but then I have to cook the noodle at the start of the day and things like that. But for us, we have the experience for that. And so that would be the way I would like to live. However, I don't, because I still stay with my parents. So meals would be sort of either eaten outside. I mean, most of the time I'm here as well, and we will cook our own meals. So I'm very much a cook myself kind of person.
I want to go to it because I think this topic actually. Well, I'm going to say my thoughts first. I think essential. It's good. It's time saving. It's not very expensive. For us in Singapore at least. I know abroad it can be a bit more pricier, especially to like even we don't like in UK we had those like Chinese takeaway shops, right?
Yeah,
Prices are still okay as compared to like
relatively, yeah.
say you want to eat Nando's or something, like
Yeah.
it's way more, like you're paying a lot more. But I really wanted to go into the part that like it's circulating back to the first topic that we talked about, like the kind of like nutritional value of that point. Like a lot of the food that once again that we eat do not provide that. I would say like maybe if you can squeeze in like veg, it'll be something like a cai fan or even like a zi cha kind of like situation where you order like two meat, one veg, and then bring home and then share around the family. Then it's kind of like how we're brought up, like one veg, two veg, even for home cooked kind of situation. So like, but usually tapao, even if it's like, okay, like even if it's just two of us, got a chance we'll just take chicken rice, right?
Yeah.
And then it comes back to that nutritional value bit, like truly what are you eating? Interesting food for thought, lah. Like
Yeah.
I thought about it. I really thought about it that like as much as the takeaway culture is quite big here, but the fact is that like if we don't really like think about what we eat, uh, it's just a constant.
Like you said, it circles back to the whole nutritional value of things, right? And then we think about, obviously, if you just taking away local food, it then also adds to this conversation that, oh, okay, if I take away or if I eat out, whatever it might be, it's not going to be healthy either way because of how our local food is structured.
Yeah, just the main gripe of it is just I mean we there are certain, actually I can't think of off the top of my head, but in a balanced meal structure, I think we're lacking.
Yeah, unless you can say that, okay, I'm just gonna take away the main dish like wanton mee, chicken rice, whatever, but at home I'm cutting fruits.
Yeah, I think actually that's how most of our
Families function.
Yeah, families, we compensate with fruits or like a soup or something like that to compensate for the dietary fiber of sorts, which I think is truly the kind of only way. But maybe like gradually, I hope to see like whether like people can get more veggies in their system or whatnot.
Do you think as a movement we can get more hawker people to put more veggies in their food?
I truly don't know about that. It's a bit weird, right? Like imagine a char kway teow uncle selling like a plate of kailan.
Or like just toss more greens into the whatever they are already frying?
There are already so many taugeh haters out there. There's like going to be like
No, but there's okay, like if you're specifically talking about char kway teow, there is the one with there's the green char kway teow. Have you heard of that? It's not green. It's just that they use a lot of vegetables to cook with it. It's a thing. I watched it on some of the food programs before.
No way.
Yeah.
No way. I'll be very invested.
But
yeah.
that I would say that's like either way much better to eat than there are also char kway teows without a single piece of green in there and not
Yeah.
even bean sprouts.
Yeah. And I know like whatever haters want to say like yeah your like treasured food or like your soul food, you know, it could be unhealthy or something like that. But like
Which I think is fine, like because if you think about it as a guilty pleasure, I think it's alright. But just as long as you're not eating that every day,
yeah, I guess